Welcome everybody to the WCW Rebuild here, a brand new series on the channel, one every day for the next 5 days. So yes, we're going to do 50 weeks on MyGM mode using a WCW only roster. Very much like when we did the NXT one a couple of weeks ago. So if you enjoyed that, I'm sure you're going to enjoy this one too. If you're brand new to the channel, make sure you are subscribed because this is going to be a daily upload and we're going to keep them coming as long as you keep enjoying them. I think we're about 500 away from 7,000 subs right now. If you can get to 7,000 subs, I'm all ears for the next 50-week rebuild. We're going to start off, we're going to do William Regal as our GM because of the Legend Whisperer, plus William Regal was, of course, in WCW. That is for fact. So now, of course, the Monday Night Wars was Raw versus Nitro. We don't have the option of doing Nitro, so we're going to do SmackDown instead as kind of the main rival, I guess, to Raw right now. As opposed to the opponent, Stephanie McMahon is definitely the best choice with Raw. We'll make it hard, of course. The 50 weeks, we're going to do custom database. And that, of course, is the WCW one that we have created before. And I've added a couple of wrestlers to that that I have unlocked, like a Triple H, for instance. Now, I know a lot of them aren't going to have the same names as what they have in WCW, but we're just going to have to use our common sense. If they've been in WCW, then they've been in it. It counts. Even AJ Styles, you guys let me know. He was in there as Air Styles and as a couple of jobber roles, so AJ Styles counts. Okay, we start off. Now, there's 5 in the top, well, there's 4 of them in the top 5 there. And I'm guessing they're also going to take one as well. So, who do I want the most out of all this? I'm going to go with Bret Hart because he's a specialist. Who are they going to... I knew they were going to go Becky Lynch. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. So, let's then go with Hulk Hogan. Because, hey, it makes sense. If they go with Booker T, that's annoying. That is very annoying. We'll go with Stone Cold. We'll go with... I really wanted Booker T. I was just praying that they didn't take him. Okay, so we've got 3 so far. Now we have to go looking for some, which can take a while. Animal's there. We had Animal or Hook when we did the 15-week one, but we could never get the other one. So now we've got Animal. Hopefully we can get his tag team partner at some point, and we can put them both together as a tag team. That would make a lot of sense. Arn Anderson. There we go. Another specialist. Perfect to add Arn Anderson. But the only trouble is we've got 5 baby faces right now. Oh, God. So for a while, we're probably not going to be able to put a lot of good matches together. This is what the start of it's going to be a lot like. We're going to be setting the scene, I guess, for the next 50 weeks. If we can at least... Another babyface, but it's DDP. We didn't get DDP till near the end. I guess I'm spoiling the WCW one that we did previously, but the challenge we did. Now, I hope you really enjoy this. If we can get, by the way, to 1,000 likes on this video, the WrestleMania main event will spectate it. I haven't ever done that before, but we'll spectate it if this video gets to 1,000 likes. So you've got until Friday, probably Thursday when I record the video, to actually get this video to 1,000. Then we'll spectate it. Right, okay, so how many have we got so far? We got 6 wrestlers so far. Remember, we're probably not going to have a women's roster at all. So it's literally all going to be male wrestlers only, unfortunately. There is Triple H, and he's a bruiser. Okay, so I can't remember what he was. Terrorizing, was it, in WCW? Oh, how did that gimmick not work? How did that not get over? So at least we got 7 here. Please have at least 1 more. Else, I don't think there is another one. I don't think there is another one. We might have to go again. Oh, no. Okay, we're back again. Let's try this one more time. Okay, so I'm going to go with Hulk Hogan to begin with. Booker T is there. They go with Becky Lynch. They love a bit of Becky Lynch, don't they, on Raw? Let's go with Booker T. I can see AJ Styles. That's a good start. Please don't go. Right, there we go. So let's go with AJ Styles then as a specialist. And it's a heel as well, which obviously makes our life a little bit easier. Pillman's there. I can see Pillman. Rey Mysterio also is there. Now, he's a cruiser, so we kind of need Kevin Nash. But Kevin Nash will be in the Legends because there's a few that I haven't unlocked. And I thought it would just be a little bit more fun. We just need at least 8. Of course, we need at least 8. There's Triple H as a bruiser. good. So Triple H joins the roster. Akira Tozawa. I can see DDP. So we know DDP is there. Samoa Joe, Murphy, Jeff Hardy, no. Pillman and Chris Jericho without the O. So, yeah, forgive me for that. Brian Pillman is there. That's good. Let's get Chris Jericho in the door as well. This is promising. This is very promising. Let's get Chris Jericho. Nice. He's the only one without a proper face that I haven't downloaded. I think, actually, there might be more. Come on, please. Have like a Sting or something like that. Arn Anderson's there. That's good. We'll go with Arn. Specialist as well. Good to have Arn Anderson in there. Let's go from the bottom up. Let's go from the bottom up. DDP, another specialist. Okay. Roderick Strong. I can't see anybody there. Not even like Animal or Hawk. I think we might have enough. There's Sting! Get in! We do have enough. We've got 9. So that's 10 now. Okay, I'll go down and check that there's nobody else. No, I believe that is our complete roster. 10 wrestlers, I'm happy with that. Obviously, we can only get 7 last time. But this is our roster. I must say, this is very good. This is very good. It's a great start. There's obviously some wrestlers that we need to add for like their class, which will obviously help us going forward. And I do think we're very, at the minute, face heavy. But with a couple of role changes, I reckon we should be fine. Stephanie McMahon has picked up her roster as well. I mean, headlined, of course, by Brock Lesnar and Becky Lynch is not bad at all, is it? But with, you know, Tucker, we know how good Tucker can be. I've been watching the Great One. Tucker's amazing. Big E, Akira Tozawa, or Secret Weapon Akira Tozawa. He's always good, isn't he? You can see their full roster here with the likes of Buddy Murphy. Mace always seems to be really good. They got Shotzi, so I'm guessing they've got some kind of big heel. No, they haven't got a giant women's right. Oh, I'm quite surprised at that, the reason why they've gone with Shotzi. Right, let's choose our champion then. I think, to be honest, we've got to put it on Hulk Hogan, haven't we? If we turn him to a heel, we can have a good little rivalry there with Booker T. That would make sense to start things off. I think we actually did that previously and it was very good, so I'm going to enjoy that one. But there's so many different championship contenders that we could have here. And of course, we're doing 50 weeks. Now, how the premise and structure of this series is going to go is every single episode is going to be 10 weeks. So not only do you get the draft today, you also get 10 weeks. Then tomorrow will be the 11 to 20, and so on and so forth. So again, you need to subscribe so you don't miss any of these episodes. And they should all come out at the exact same time of the day as this one has. Right, let's make a couple of legendary signings, shall we? Including the Nature Boy Ric Flair, very synonymous with WCW. And there he is, Kevin Nash, for 10 weeks as well. Kevin Nash, Rey Mysterio, they work perfectly. We could also bring in Eddie Guerrero, but for now, I'm going to keep it at that. Goldberg, obviously, there's loads of different people on this page, of course. Undertaker, by the way, I'm not going to count. I know he qualifies as like Mark Calloway, but Undertaker as a character is so synonymous with WWF and WWE, I'm not going to count it just for that simple reason. Right, I've booked our first week then. Now, there are going to be a couple of wrestlers that I'm missing out right now, but what my intentions are is to keep using them in different roles going forward. But for now, Kevin Nash versus Rey Mysterio, I mentioned that as a rivalry that we could start off with, so I thought Extreme Rules match to kick things off. Obviously, hopefully it does rivalries, sometimes it doesn't. We know how broken this game is. Role change, Hulk Hogan is going to turn heel immediately. Yes, that's going to be quite funny, isn't it? Then we have a mid-card match. It's the Horsemen, Ric Flair and Arn Anderson versus DDP and Chris Jericho. To be fair, it's a match I'd quite like to see, although Arn Anderson is a babyface in this. We might have to change that. AJ Styles, honorary member of the Four Horsemen. Now, for now anyway. Then Booker T is going to call out Hulk Hogan. Then our main event is Brian Pillman versus Sting, Fighter Bruiser. Perfect. Let's see how this one plays out. What we were also going to do with this is make sure we keep chopping and changing the roster so it doesn't ever get stale and we see the same matchups. That's what I think is quite important for this. New rivalry, perfect. Rey Mysterio takes the win as well. So that every single episode of this series will feel like a little mini episode that you can enjoy separately, of course, leading up to WrestleMania. Excellent promo from Hulk there, turning heel. That's fantastic. The Horseman that I've renamed, putting AJ Styles in there. He would be quite good as the Horseman, to be fair, wouldn't he? New level 1 rivalry is a tag rivalry too, with Dallas and Jericho. Then we have the call out of Booker T. Good promo, new rivalry, thank God. Everything's going quite well for now. Pillman versus Sting. It's a tables match, and Sting wins with his big scary bat there. It's mediocre. But come on, it's a new rivalry though. That's a shame. What are Raw putting out though? It's Brock Lesnar versus Damian Priest. Akira Tozawa. I'm shocked it's not Akira Tozawa. Secret weapon. Akira Tozawa. Let's see. So we're going to simulate their stuff straight away. They did beat us in the main event quite easily with their... that shocks me. Why Sting and... especially, Sting's a natural at tables matches. Why was that match so terrible then? 72,000 fans that we gained $44,000. We're ranked number 2 though because they gained 87,000. They gained a lot more fans than what we did in this opening week. Right, no additions to week number 2, but we do have quite a good card to be fair. We got enough wrestlers, I think, to keep us going for the first pay-per-view at the very least. That's when we can start using our card like the Legend Whisperer, for instance. Now, we got Hulk Hogan versus Booker T in a one-on-one contest after that rivalry started, and now Hulk is heel, of course, as the champion. We got to call out Rey Mysterio's going to call out Kevin Nash and say, hey, homie, I beat you up last week. What's going on? Then they got the mid-card of Triple H. It's the 98 version, too. Nice. Against Arn Anderson. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it, to be fair. Normal one-on-one match. Call out Brian Pillman's then going to call out Sting. Then in the main event, it's an Extreme Rules match. It's the tag team match of Flair and Styles versus Jericho and DDP. We just need to do show logistics. So we're in the concert hall. We can unlock this. As you can see, we get our bonuses from this, which is absolutely perfect every single time. So we get some extra popularity or morale, everything like that. We got enough money to play around with that for now. So good show, I think. Hogan Booker T. Let's see. Hogan takes effect. Of course he does. Of course he does. How about, right, let's get in the comments section right now. Let's take a guess at how many losses Hogan takes throughout this whole series. All right? And I'll try and tally it up. And then I'll come back and comment back on these after episode 5 is out. And we'll see if anybody's correct. I'm curious. Because I reckon, like, even on this game, he doesn't take many losses. I reckon we're looking at a maximum of 5. That's my guess. 5 losses for Hulk Hogan. He's 1-0 already. Good match, though. Amazing match, in fact. It was only a tables match against Booker T. Calling out Rey Mysterio, Kevin Nash. Make sure you do that in the comments. I'm curious. I'm so curious to see how many there is. Hogan doesn't lose, brother. Okay, the mid-card match, 1998 HHH versus Arn Anderson. Normal match, of course. Let's see if it starts a nice little rivalry. Triple H wins. It's a mediocre match. It is a new rivalry, though. Pillman versus Sting. We're just going to try and get as many rivalries as we can to begin with. Then it sets us up for the next 2 pay-per-views. It's an okay promo. Doesn't do anything for the rivalry. Then the tag match as the main event. And it's an Extreme Rules match, too. And Flair and Styles pick up the victory in a great match. Takes it to level 2. Perfect stuff. What are we up against, though? Right, okay. Mace against Rhea Daivari in a tables match. Akira Tozawa's already in the main event. Secret weapon! He's very good, isn't he? Just so strange how they do it on this game. We do pick up the victory, though, I would say, because our opener was so good. So that's fantastic. Chris Jericho is perfect for Extreme Rules matches. We gain 85,000 fans, $20,000. We're still ranked number 2, though, because they gain 80,000. So we're still a little bit behind them, but it's very early days, right? It's very early days. Week number 3, then we're going to start off with the tag team match. I just want to say it again. It's really annoying that you can't do anything for rivalries on tag teams unless you put them in a match. It literally makes no sense. They really need to add some kind of thing for the promo or the segment section where it's like a backstage attack, something like that. Something that will still hurt their fatigue, but just do something for tag team rivalries. Make it easier, make it fresher. Call outs. Triple H is going to call out Arn Anderson. Luckily for us, Triple H is a 5 on the microphone. It's very random when you use created superstars, but he's a 5 on this one, so that's perfect. We then have Pillman versus Arn Anderson, but with Sting doing the run-in on Pillman. I want to freshen things up. I just want to keep putting them all against each other. Then we have Hulk Hogan calling out Booker T, and the other way around from what it was previously. Then our main event is Rey Mysterio versus Kevin Nash. Again, Kevin wants his own back after Rey Mysterio was on the microphone the week previously. We are running the Capital Wrestling Center, Gorilla Crew we've unlocked as well, basic lights, effects and pyro, and the cameo appearances campaign. Alright then, let's get this tag team underway. Let's see what happens. Styles and Flair pick up the victory. It's a great match, only a normal match too, that's great to see, and it's a level 3 rivalry, so we should be able to pay this one off at the next pay-per-view nice and easily. That's fantastic. Great workers. Triple H is calling out Arn Anderson. It's an excellent promo. It's a level 2 rivalry. Pillman, he's getting run in on by Sting, but he is against Arn Anderson, the Enforcer, and the Enforcer does pick up the victory there. It's an okay match, but it's a level 2 for the rivalry. Then Hulk Hogan, he's calling out Booker T. Hey, brother, I don't lose. It's a fact. Level 3 rivalry is only a good promo. Rey Mysterio versus Kevin Nash. This time in a tables match. Might have been tables before, to be fair. Kevin Nash this time picks up the win. I reckon he jackknifed him straight through the table. Level 3 rivalry as well. We've already got a couple of level 3s. That's perfect when we've got a couple of weeks to go. Okay then. Let's see. So they've got, yeah, it's not a bad card. I reckon we're still going to beat them though. 3.5, 2.5, and a 4. They only had a 2 and a 2.5 in their second, their main, their mid-card and main, so we do pick up the victory there. Plus 88,000. Nice. $17,000. We'll get a lot of money later on when we start running the big shows. 83,000. Does that mean we take... No, we're still behind them. They're doing all right. They're clawing on to their lead. Okay, week number 4, then we got Rey Mysterio versus AJ Styles. Kevin Nash is doing the run. I'm going to explain something why this card's a little weird before we go into it. Then we got Hulk Hogan calling out Booker T. Mid-card match is Pillman versus Triple H. Then we got self-promo from Arn Anderson. Main event is Ric Flair versus DDP. Reason why this card is so weird is because we have had 3 of our wrestlers vetoed in Chris Jericho, Booker T, and Sting. Luckily, it's a tag. Unluckily, sorry, it's a tag match which we could have got to level 4. Booker T, we can easily do with a call out. Sting, we're just gonna have to take that one on until the next pay-per-view, which I'm okay with. It's only a level 2, so it's not too bad between Pillman and Sting. Same for Arn Anderson and Triple H. It's a level 2 right now, so we can just build that for the following pay-per-view, which is obviously going to be, I can't remember what it is now when you do 50 weeks, but anyway, these are the bonuses that we're going to be running because we've got optional bonuses, and if we ensure Brian Pillman works this week in a match, we get a To The Moon card, which is a brilliant card to have, especially this early on. I still haven't used my Legend Whisperer card, but what I did use was the double cost card that I got a couple of weeks back. So, yeah, their show next week is going to cost an absolute fortune, and I'm all for it. Okay, then, this very weird and wacky card. Let's see what happens with it. Mysterio versus AJ. Styles picks up the win. Good match. Rivalry grows for Nash and Mysterio because of the run-in, but Mysterio's injured. Oh, no. Hopefully we can get an injury card because that is very annoying. Hogan versus Booker. It's a good promo. It's a level 4 rivalry too going into our first pay-per-view. Pillman versus Triple H. Let's see how it does. Pillman with the victory. Dull. Wow. They're supposed to be a good matchup as well. Okay, Arn Anderson then, self-promo, it's a 2, that's not bad, 2 for popularity. And then Flair versus DDP, it's 2 specialists against each other in a tables match. Let's hope Flair doesn't get injured as well, because that could really screw us over. No, he doesn't, but it's a new rivalry because, of course, they're in the tag team rivalry against each other, so that's something then we can continue following on, so that's not too bad, although it is 2 specialists against each other, which is fine, but it just means I can't utilize a specialist as much as what you can potentially utilize them against, like cruisers, for instance. Okay, so they might absolutely smash us here with regards to fans. We only gained 62,000 plus 40,000. We got the To The Moon card though. They gained 76,000, so they are going to take a bigger lead going into the first pay-per-view. Right, it's Backlash, and luckily we did have an injury card that we could give to Rey Mysterio, or we bought one anyway. It cost us £50,000, $50,000, but it's worth it. He will be in this match against Kevin Nash. Level 4 rivalry, and it's a tables match to begin with, so Rey will probably get himself injured again, but hopefully we can bring in a couple of new wrestlers after this pay-per-view to sort of strengthen out the roster and give some guys some rest. Then we got Triple H calling out Arn Anderson. It's a level 2 rivalry right now. Arn Anderson's going to do a charity event to try and gain us some extra fans. The mid-card is the tag team rivalry, DDP and Chris Jericho versus Styles and Flair. DDP has come to me and said he wants to win the next one because he keeps losing. How about just being better? Just be better. Mid-card, it's Pillman versus Sting. Sting has asked for a match tonight because he's been on the bench for a while. That was mainly because of stamina, I think. I can't actually remember the reason why. But anyway, main event, it's Hell in a Cell, and it's Hulk Hogan versus Booker T for the championship. Because the power card we have been using is the Hell in a Cell one. And of course, there's the injury one for Rey Mysterio. So, show you the show logistics. We've got bonus for every single one as well, so that's absolutely perfect. The show's not going to cost us too much, but I think we're going to get a lot of money for this one. Opener then, there's a level 4 rivalry, tables match as well. Kevin Nash, Rey Mysterio wins. Wow, he does get injured. What a shock. It's a classic as well. Rivalry complete. Perfect. Triple H versus Arn Anderson, or calling him out at the very least. It's a good promo. Level 3, that takes it to. Good one to pay off for the next pay-per-view. Gives us a lot of chance to build up to it. Jericho and DDP, I really hope they win just so I don't have to deal with DDP moaning. They do! Thank God for that. There we go. So that's a classic and rivalry complete. Oh, Ric Flair is injured though, so that's quite frustrating. A good classic match though. Perfect. Arn Anderson for charity. Excellent promo. Thank you, Arn, the enforcer. Brian Pillman versus Sting. Come on. Who's going to win? Brian Pillman does win. It's a rivalry grosser level 3, so that's good. That will keep us going to the next pay-per-view too. But this is the main one. Okay, will Hulk Hogan pick up his first loss? I wonder. He's going to get the belt off. It's going to be... No, he doesn't. Of course not. Still, it's a legendary match. Rivalry complete. Unfortunately for Booker T, he's not the guy to overthrow Hulk Hogan. Okay, this is what Raw has for us, though. It's a title match between Brock Lesnar and Damian Priest to open the show. We will simulate through them and see what they're doing rivalry-wise, etc. So Brock Lesnar does win that one. It's rivalry complete. It's an amazing match, too. Only a normal match. Tucker's calling out Roderick Strong. It's a new rivalry. Then we got Fabian Aichner versus Big E. Oh my God, they're not using Secret Weapon Akira Tozawa. Mental. Mediocre from that match there. So promo from Murphy. Weak. Doesn't gain or loss anything. Mace versus Aria Davari. This has been a weird rivalry, isn't it? Mace is the victor in that one. It's a good one. Only a level 2 rivalry from that. Charity of Roderick Strong. Okay for that one. What I'm quite curious about this is the actual popularity we can see of these women wrestlers here. They're all roughly about the same. Other than Becky Lynch, of course, who is the champion right now. TLC match, though. Is this a rivalry or not? I think we're going to really smash them in regards to... It's a classic. Jesus, it was a rivalry complete. Okay, so we smashed them in 3 out of the 4 anyway, and they beat us in that second mid-card match where we had the Sting match, but they beat us with a Rhea Davari and Mace. Hilarious. So yeah, we got a 5-star main event, so our show is definitely better. We gained $222,000 and $84,000. How we are number 1 as well. Get in. They only gained $191,000 and gained $28,000. Remember, I used double cost last week as well, so that show might have been the reason why Brock Lesnar only did a normal match was because of that. They are now ranked number 2. We've taken the lead. Okay, week number 6, and we have signed some new wrestlers that you might have already seen. So we'll run through it match by match. We're going to start off with our level 3 out of 4 rivalry between Triple H and Arn Anderson. It's a tables match too, because these guys have quite good stamina. We are really struggling with stamina. Of course, we got Rey Mysterio and Ric Flair both out injured. Brian Pillman is going to call out Sting. It's a level 4 rivalry right now still, but Sting is going to wrestle tonight, just not in this type of match against Brian Pillman. Then the mid-card is AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho, and AJ Styles wants to do a GM interference. Okay, we'll just go with it. Maybe that would be a nice little rivalry with those two against each other. If not, I'm fine with it because they're both specialists. Then we got Rowdy Roddy Piper calling out Hulk Hogan. Yes, we have signed the Scottish fighter of Rowdy Roddy Piper. Of course, he's actually from Canada. And he's going to call out Hulk Hogan, who needs a little bit of a rest because he's on 32 stamina. But that will be our next rivalry. Remember, I think Rowdy Roddy Piper was one of the only guys who actually pinned Hulk Hogan for the belt and then didn't actually get the belt, which was a very funny and weird storyline that nobody really enjoyed. But there we go. Then the main event. We got the Outsiders because I have signed Scott Hall. And they're against DDP and Sting, who actually went up against the Outsiders quite often. So I thought that was a nice little tag match. Sting's, of course, in another rivalry. The other three aren't. If it does start a rivalry, fantastic. If it doesn't, then we can take Sting out of it and put somebody else in going forward. But what I think I might do right now, then, is use the Birth of Legends card right now and see who gets this. And just try and boost a few popularities up. I can see a few wrestlers that we're going to use tonight is getting boosted, which is great. I'm not going to use the To The Moon card yet. I'm going to keep it for a while, as well as the Legend Whisperer, until I'm start struggling with money. Because the wrestlers that I'm signing right now, they're only the 5 week. I want to make the most out of that card. We're running the Thunderdome, we're running Gorilla Crew, basic lights and stuff, and we have got the cameo appearances. We're getting bonuses for all three of them, but not the Thunderdome. But we get the most amount of revenue from that one. Hunter versus Arn Anderson then, in a tables match. Will it go to level 3? We've got a slow build now, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're alright. Okay, it doesn't go to level 3. We can keep milking that match for a little bit longer then. Pillman's going to call out Sting. It's an okay promo, takes it to level 4. We can now give Pillman a bit of a rest because his stamina is quite low. Then we got AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. AJ Styles wins because of the interference. It is a new rivalry. Right, okay. Chris Jericho's not going to be happy with that either. Rowdy Roddy Piper calling out Hulk Hogan. Excellent promo. New rivalry, level 1. Brilliant stuff. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash against DDP and Sting. We've got to be careful. We've only got a normal match for this because for stamina reasons. But will the Outsiders win? No. Sting and DDP pick up the victory. It's a good match. Kevin Nash is now injured. Oh, God. But no new rivalry, though, which is quite interesting. What do Raw have for us then? Brock Lesnar's been stuck in a tag team. He's against Tucker, though. But, oh my God, the secret weapon! Akira Tozawa is in the main event against Big E for Extreme Rules as well. Jesus, God, they've won this one. Whether we just know there's a 3.5. I reckon they've gained more fans. We gained 54,000 fans there, $154,000. This is where the money comes in. We're still ranked number 1. They gained 54,000. That's because of the main event. Their main event. They gained a lot of money. Main event. Everybody wanted to see that main event. That's what I'm talking about. Akira Tozawa, secret weapon. We are still in the lead, though, only just by about 13,000. Okay, week number 7 then. We got AJ Styles versus Booker T. Now, I know AJ went into a rivalry with Chris Jericho, but I'd rather put him in a different rivalry, so maybe a nice little one with Booker T will be better. Then we got Hulk Hogan calling out Rowdy Roddy Piper. Hulk Hogan is back. He's got a nice little stamina boost now because we give him a card, health spa, and he was like away for a week, wasn't he? So then the mid card, we got Jericho and DDP, that former tag team that we had previously, versus Pillman and Scott Hall. But Sting is going to do the run-in on Pillman to prevent the new rivalry happening while Kevin Nash is out injured. So I think that's a nice little cheap way of getting out of that one being a new rivalry because I don't really want to do it. Then Rey Mysterio, self-promo. Rey is back too, but his stamina's not quite high enough yet to do a match. So he's going to do a self-promo instead. Then I'm thinking of putting him in a tag team rivalry with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, the Outsiders, and somebody. I just don't know who yet. And then finally, Rowdy Roddy Piper versus Triple H is the main event, and it's an Extreme Rules match. So Rowdy Roddy Piper comes back. His first match is against Triple H, who's already in a rivalry, a level 4 one as well, so it shouldn't knock it off or do anything different. And it's just nice to get Rowdy on the card, and it's an Extreme Rules match. Both these guys have really high stamina. We might actually just do TLC. Why not? They got high enough stamina to pull it off. We got good show logistics with 3 additional bonuses. Everything is looking okay again. Styles versus Booker T then. Come on. New rivalry, that would be good. It doesn't. It's only a mediocre match as well. That's a strange one. Hogan's calling out Roddy Piper. Excellent promo, level 2. We could even get them to face off without even actually having a match, which would be quite hilarious. Mid-card, DDP and Chris Jericho versus Pillman and Scott Hall. But with the Sting running, so I'm just hoping for no injuries, really. Jericho and DDP do win. It's a good match. Nothing good. That's perfect. Rey Mysterio then. He's back. He does a good promo. +3 for popularity. Then it's Roddy Piper versus Triple H in the main event. And it's a TLC match. And Roddy Piper wins. Amazing match. Wow, that's good. That's interesting. I like it. And then we go up against this. Secret Weapon is in the opener this time, just in the normals match. I just want to see whether this is a rivalry, whether we've got to be afraid of this rivalry. Gross level 4. We've got to be afraid. Secret Weapons pulling out great matches. We'll simulate the rest of it then and see how the rest of our show did. We don't because I clicked accidentally. Plus 44,000, 128,000. Roddy Piper is a field for TLC matches. That's why it did really well. We're still ranked number 1. They gained 44,000 as well. So maybe they had a dud end. I don't know. It's just something that you can't go back and look at. Again, this game mode needs some updates. It really does. Right, okay, what I think the next pay-per-view is going to be is a bit of a, kind of a tweener pay-per-view, because I've got a feeling quite a lot of our rivalries are going to be either starting next week or at the pay-per-view, so we could be a couple of level 2s at the pay-per-view, but we will have some stuff that will be level 3 and be paid off at the very least. One of them might be this Roddy Piper versus Hulk Hogan deal, because our opening contest is Piper versus AJ Styles, and Hulk Hogan is going to do the run-in for that. Then we got Booker T, who hasn't really got anything going on right now, but I want to keep him relevant and keep his popularity up high. So he's going to do a self-promo and possibly looking to start in something at the next pay-per-view or beyond. Then I mentioned the tag team. It's going to be Sting. Sting is going to be the guy. However, Pillman obviously has a good rivalry with Sting right now. So Pillman's going to do a self-promo. I could even change that to the call out and just have him so it's still relevant, I guess, and keep that going until for the next couple of weeks it's level 4 already, so I just need to keep them away from each other. Then the main event is Triple H versus Arn Anderson. It's a level 3 right now, so hopefully we can get that to level 4. Both guys got good stamina, so it's an Extreme Rules match. The other one's just a normal, just to keep for stamina reasons going forward. But show logistics, we're getting a lot of additional bonuses. I think we should be absolutely fine for keeping a lot of fans this week. Alright then, Piper versus Styles. Hulk Hogan doing the running though, so it could keep a nice little heated rivalry. It doesn't do anything for it. Mental, isn't it? Okay, Booker T doing a self-promo. Excellent promo. +4 for popularity for Booker. I like it. The Outsiders versus Sting and Mysterio. Mask and paint. Something like that. Great match, but nothing for the rivalry. Is it because he's in a level 4 rivalry? Possibly. It could be because of that. It's an okay promo by Brian Pillman. Then it's Triple H versus Arn Anderson in an Extreme Rules match, trying to save this event at the very least. Amazing match, level 4 rivalry, perfect from you gentlemen. I should have put the tag team in the opener and it would have done a lot better. Just 2 normal matches and a TLC. Tucker's in a TLC match. We're in trouble. We're in trouble for that main event. Let's see, we won the, oh my god, we beat them. They had a terrible show, so even though our show was awful, they had an even worse one. Triple H is good at Extreme Rules matches though, so that's good. We gained 44,000 fans and $129,000. Our money's going down quite a lot because we're having to pay, I think Kevin Nash and there was one other person, maybe Styles? I can't remember who it was. We had to pay them $100,000 just to stay. Actually, it might have been Ray, because they were kicking off so much and they were ready to leave, and I thought, where does that come from? But there we go. They gained 35,000, so we got a little bit of an opening there. A little bit more fans than what they did. Right, week number 9. We've promised AJ Styles to do a promo this week, so that's fine. We also promised Roddy Piper to have a grudge match with Hulk Hogan. He is going to have that match today. And then, of course, they're going to have a pay-per-view match at the next pay-per-view, as long as it gets to level 3. If not, we're going to have to draw it out a little bit longer. So that is our opening contest. And we're running 3 normal matches because we're double cost this week. I don't know why they decided to do it this week, but we've done it for next week. So if you take a look at our card, double cost for the opposing brands, next week's show at Payback. So that's hilarious. Okay, So then we got the call out of AJ Styles. He wanted to do the promo against Chris Jericho. That fulfills our stuff and gets a special promotion. Mid-card is Sting versus Scott Hall, but Pillman doing the run-in on the lead-up, of course, for the pay-per-view next week. Then we have Hunter Hearst Helmsley doing a promo just to keep him relevant. And then we got Booker T versus Ric Flair in the main event. So we're giving a rest to quite a lot of wrestlers today so that they can wrestle at the pay-per-view. Ric Flair is back after having his time off. 3 weeks, I think. So yeah, he's back with a decent enough stamina to have a one-on-one contest with Booker T. Maybe it does a rivalry. Hogan versus Piper then in the opening contest. This is a grudge match, so it should be quite good at the very least. Piper wins. A loss for Hogan. Chalk that down as one loss, not for the title though, of course. He doesn't do jobs for the title. Level 3 rivalry, so he might lose the title, who knows, on the next pay-per-view. Call out, Styles is going to call out Jericho. It's a level 1 right now, it's a level 2. There we go. They can have a pay-per-view match. I think we can fit that in. Sting and Chris Hall. Chris Hall. Sting and Scott Hall. Who the hell's Chris Hall? With Brian Pillman doing a run-in. They match up quite well, so hopefully the match is okay. Scott Hall does pick up the victory. It's a good match. There we go. Triple H is going to do a promo to keep him relevant. Good. Excellent 5 for his popularity. He will have a grudge match against Arn Anderson, of course, at the pay-per-view. And then it's Booker T versus Ric Flair in the main event. Ric Flair's return. Will he take up... He does pick up the victory. Woo! Nothing for the rivalry. Okay. Only an okay match. That's not good. Oh, good God. Secret weapons in an Extreme Rules match with Big E going into the pay-per-view. That's not good at all. That's going to smash our main event for sure. There we go. They got a 4-star out of that one. So we probably lose fans on this. Okay, 32,000 that we gained. We gained $160,000. So we got a lot of money going into the pay-per-view, which is good. We can run some special matches. We still are number 1. We got the special promotion there. What do they gain? We gained 32. They gained 49,000. Great week for Raw in the ratings. Anybody else watch Wrestling Miles? Absolutely love the guy. Thursdays are always better with Reliving the War. $127,000. We are ranked. They're still ranked number 2, but oh, it's close. Only 5,000. Jesus, that's close. Oh, it really is war. It really is war because we have both our champion and Brian Pillman vetoed for this event, which means we can't pay off 2 rivalries at Payback. Stephanie McMahon, you absolute witch. Oh, that's so annoying. So we're going to have to drag the Pillman and Sting one out for another pay-per-view. How people aren't sick of that yet, I will not know. The Piper and Hulk Hogan one, I guess, isn't too bad. But still, it's very annoying, isn't it? Which means Hulk Hogan will have only picked up 1 loss throughout the whole of this. But I think he's only actually had like 3 matches, so... Oh, how frustrating. We've booked the card, though. That's the main thing. We've booked the card. AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. It's a level 2. It's a TLC match. We are also using a little bit of TLC. So we've got a Vital Champ and a Vital Random Superstar against us. That's how they've done it. Charity. DDP is going to run a promo for Charity. Then we got a mid-card of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash versus Booker T and Rey Mysterio. Let's see if that starts a tag team rivalry. That'd be great. Self-promo of Roddy Piper. I could have done a call-out, but I think we got long enough to build that. We could have another match in between and see if that obviously starts a level 4. If not, then we can carry on and do promo. So I'm thinking a little bit ahead here with that one. So just do a self-promo for now. Then we got Ric Flair versus Sting. Obviously, Sting's in a level 4 rivalry with Brian Pillman, so it probably isn't going to do anything. It's just a normal match. But how many times has Ric Flair faced Sting? At a WCW pay-per-view or a WCW event at the very least. So might as well put it on right now. And then our main event, which I never thought would be our main event, is Triple H versus Arn Anderson because it's our only level 4 payoff. It's an Extreme Rules match as well. And it's a pay-per-view bonus. So that should be a really good one because Triple H is good at Extreme Rules. So we've got new show logistics, Gorilla Crew, network quality lights, effects and pyro, and superstar signings for this event. Let's try and win it at the very least. So this Payback PPV then starts off with Styles versus Jericho in a TLC match. Not a bad start, to be fair, is it? AJ Styles picks up the win. It's a classic as well, and that only goes to a level 3 rivalry. We can take that on to the next one. That's good. DDP then, doing something for charity. It's an okay promo. I think he's got 1 out of 5 on the mic, so yeah, not great. 5,000. I love that picture, by the way, of DDP. I absolutely love that render. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall versus Booker T and Rey Mysterio. Let's see if we can get a nice little tag team rivalry going off, shall we? The Outsiders pick up the victory there. It's an okay match, and it's a new rivalry. There we go. Roddy Piper for promo. Excellent promo. Gains 5 popularity. That's him above 80 now, and he's only just appeared. The WCW crowd in like 97, 98 was so loud, I reckon Roddy Piper would have got a great ovation. Ric Flair versus Sting. Just a normal match, but it's a dream match at the very least. Sting wins. Mediocre. Ric Flair injured. Yeah. Never would it. Not realistic one bit. But this could be Triple H versus Arn Anderson in an Extreme Rules match. Okay, Triple H picks up the win. It's an amazing match only. Wow, really? Rivalry complete. Oh, it's disappointing. Cheat code is against Big E, so obviously secret weapon. Let's see what he does. Tables match as well. Kira Tozawa does win. It's a classic. Secret weapon. Roderick Strong doing a promo. It's a good promo. +3. Carmella versus Becky Lynch. Go on, Carmella. Can you? No, you can't. Becky Lynch picks up the win. It's an amazing match too. Level 3 rivalry. Murphy. 5,000 fans there. Then we got Brock Lesnar and Eichner versus Tucker and Naria Daivari. Brock Lesnar and Eichner. That's a good tag team. They look quite similar, don't they? Level 3 rivalry there. So they're continuing that one. Mace versus Daivari. What? He's in the other one. So that's a level 4. So he's got 2 rivalries going on right now. Then Shotzi versus Dana Brooke. 1-on-1 in a TLC match. And Shotzi picks up the victory in the main event. Only a level 3. This is a very weird couple of pay-per-views. We beat them in the main event and the match the opener, but they beat us both in the mid-cards there. Theirs got progressively worse. We gained 176,000 fans, which is not great. $89,000. We got the Hell Spa though, that's good. And they gained 164,000, so we gained nearly 15,000 more fans. Same amount of money. They are ranked 2nd still. So the ratings, as you can see then, we overtook them on the very first pay-per-view, which was great, and we've carried on taking the lead from there. They got a little bit close last week, but we should be absolutely fine going through into episode number 2. That comes out tomorrow, but remember, you need to get this one to 1,000 likes, and we'll spectate the main event of WrestleMania on Friday. So you've got until probably Thursday, maybe even Wednesday night to do that before I actually record that episode. I hope you enjoyed this new series, so make sure you subscribed if you haven't done so already so you do not miss the other ones coming forward, as well as on the weekend we'll probably have a full 15-week one of a new challenge that we'll set, maybe ROH only, the Ring of Honor, only one that we haven't done last week because of course we did TNA beforehand. Thank you very much for all the support recently on these videos. Absolutely loving this new community that I'm a part of. Bye-bye.